Hello, gorgeous soul friends. Welcome to my channel, Madame Devoe. Thank you so much for tuning in and for allowing me into your wondrous experience today. I wanted to make this video because I've had quite a few people come to me and ask me how to start their own spiritual-based business. So this information in the video can be applied to any kind of business, but it will specifically be catered towards like yoga teachers, tarot card readers, energy healers. I'm going to be discussing the steps you can take starting today, if you wish, towards becoming a successful and conscious entrepreneur. Step 1, get clear about your why. Your why is your reasoning for starting a business outside of the money. So I'm a firm believer that anything you do just for the money will never find you fulfillment. Finding a separate source of motivation outside of the money is one way to ensure that your business is not only successful, but worthwhile. Your why could be helping people or having more time to spend with your loved ones. The more whys you have, the better. Finding other streams of ambition is necessary because it's likely that your business won't be making very much, if anything, in the beginning. The probability of you sticking with your business through times of financial uncertainty are much higher if you have things driving you forward aside from money. If you are selfish in this line of work, I can just tell you right now, you won't be successful for very long. Because remember guys, this type of work calls to other energy workers, other empaths, people who can read the true intentions of others. So it's likely that if you're only doing this for a selfish reason, people are going to pick up on that and they're not going to want to work with you because a lot of energy workers value authenticity, including myself. I've definitely turned down offers from, certain businesses because of the fact that I didn't feel they were authentic. Step number 2. Never stop learning. One thing that's extremely important when owning your own business, especially when it involves spiritual practice, is that you know your craft like the back of your hand before you go out and charge people for it. Because there's been too many times that I've seen people who have zero background in esoteric knowledge pop off out of nowhere and start charging for readings, they're charging for limpias or energy healing sessions, and they have no certification whatsoever. These kinds of people don't understand the power that these practices possess, so it can be pretty dangerous and more harmful than anything. There's not a lot of regulation around these kinds of businesses, so literally anybody can just jump out of bed one day and decide that they want to read cards even though they've never touched a deck in their life. And that's why this industry is so notorious for all of the fraud and the scamming that happens, which I'll get into in just a bit. And that's partly why I brought up step 1 about having your why, because people will see others making money and finding success with this path, and they think that they can do it too because it looks easy. So it's really important that you open yourself up to learning, continue your knowledge journey, guys. Even though you want to start a business and you feel like you may be an expert in this field or whatnot, there's always more to learn. So be open to learning more and always expanding and growing. I think starting a business surrounding passion is one major key because you'll become so obsessed with what you're working with and you'll be more enthusiastic to learn more about it. So like if you're obsessed with crystals, maybe you could consider making crystal jewelry, or if you're a green witch who loves herbs, maybe create your own cleansing bundles. Because you'll be much more likely to follow through with your goals if you actually enjoy what you're doing. Step 3. Establish what your business will surround and pick a name. It's really important as a small business owner to narrow down your niche, especially in the beginning. What your business surrounds may or may not change as you grow, but it's really, really important to start small in the beginning and kind of expand from there because it's less to worry about. If you're new to business, it's going to be so much easier for you to manage over 1, maybe 2 products versus like 50 to 100 products. And of course, with more experience, you can always add on and improve your business and make it better in whatever way resonates with you. So this is one of the fun and creative parts of owning a business, getting to create your name and all the different products and services that you'll offer. Of course, this is completely optional, but maybe consider having variety when it comes to your products and services. So for example, if you're doing energy healing sessions, maybe you can offer a 1-hour session and a 30-minute session, maybe a 15-minute session. Same with tarot readings, or like I was saying earlier with the products, maybe you could have maybe 2 or 3 products on your store. Obviously, don't get too crazy in the beginning. I mean, if you feel you're ready for it, go for it. But if you're really novice to business and you have no idea what you're doing, I would suggest to start small and then work from there. But still kind of incorporate variety because customers are more likely to make a purchase when they have options. If you're having a hard time thinking of a business name, you can try channeling one like I did. Ask yourself to come up with the perfect name for your business and then just trust that it'll come to you when the time is right. You'll notice that it'll just appear on a whim and it just happens to fit. Step number 4, register your business with your state. Once you have a general idea of what your business name will be and what your business will surround, you're gonna have to register your business with your state for tax purposes. This will vary depending on state, so I suggest you do your own research and look into what your tax laws are for where you live. But if you're from New Mexico like myself, I will list the website down below where you can go register your business online. If you're just offering energy services as a side hustle from your main job, I would suggest starting with a sole proprietorship, but you can also register your business as an LLC if you have assets that you want to protect. But if you're just a college student trying to make some extra money with your spiritual skills, then a sole proprietorship is a great one to start with. If you want more information on the legalities of owning a business, I would suggest to do your own research because there are plenty of other sources that go into much more detail. But I personally recommend speaking to a certified public accountant or a CPA because they're going to be able to give you the specific tax information you need for your business. Step number 5. Set up a business bank account and figure out what methods of payment you will accept. Once you've registered your business with your state, you'll be able to open up a business account with your bank. Having a business bank account will allow you to keep your business funds organized, and this will be where your money from all of your different payment gateways will funnel into. Your payment gateways are the different applications that you use to accept payment from a customer. So like PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, or even these little Square Cash swipers that you use for in-person sessions. Now I want to backtrack to the point I made earlier about this industry being littered with scammers. Unfortunately, there are people who have had to ruin it for everybody else, but because of the fact that this particular industry has a lot of chargebacks due to fraud, a lot of payment gateway services will not work with what they label as psychic services. Shopify Payments is a perfect example of this, and I'm currently in the process of setting up an alternate payment gateway so that I can start accepting credit and debit cards on my website again. So yes, there are alternate payment gateway providers that do work with spiritual-based businesses, but you have to show them credibility before they'll work with you, so starting with PayPal is a really good bet. That way you can build your platform, you can build your credibility, and then have something to show them so that they'll be more likely to work with you. Step number 6, if you're selling a product, research distributors. So if you are interested in selling product, are you going to be making these products yourself, or are you going to be buying and reselling them? If you find you don't have the time to make a bunch of candles, you can research wholesale manufacturers that'll do it for you. You can either show them a homemade prototype, or you can tell them exactly what you want and let them create and sometimes distribute your vision for you. This can be a pricey route to take though, so if you feel you don't have the funds to shell out for a wholesaler, I would recommend starting off with making your own products. I would even go as far as to say that you don't need a wholesaler unless you have more orders than you can keep up with. There are small batch wholesalers on Etsy, so if you don't want to shell out a lot of money to a large retailer, but you also don't have the time to make your own products, you can check out Etsy, and sometimes it's a little bit cheaper. So like I said, do your own research. Etsy is also cool because you're paying a person and not a corporation. Step number 7. Figure out what platform you will use to sell your product or service. If you're still pretty small, you can use Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter to conduct sales, but it really is so much better to have an external platform such as your own website and keep your sales on there. This will keep your business organized, and it also separates your business life from your personal life. I use Shopify for my website. I found that it's relatively easy to use. It has a lot of options in terms of what you can do with it, what kind of applications you can put on your site. The only downside is that Shopify Payments doesn't work with what they classify as high-risk businesses, such as psychic services, but there are ways to work around that. You can also try using Wix, Squarespace, or any other website creating engine. I haven't personally used Squarespace as a website builder. I've used Wix. I really liked it. It wasn't working when I did publish my website though. I was having a lot of problems with it, and that's why I stopped using it. I've personally found that Shopify is better for what I need right now in terms of having a store. I think Shopify is more natural in terms of working with stores versus just like blogs or other regular websites. So if you're trying to sell stuff, Shopify, in my personal opinion, is the best for that. But you can totally try Wix and Squarespace. I know people who use both of those platforms. Now, if you are serious about growing your business, you're gonna wanna purchase a domain name. This is gonna make your website look more professional. It's gonna make it easier to find in search engines. It's just got a lot of benefits all around, and it's really not that big of an investment. It's relatively cheap to purchase a domain. Some places like 1&1 I know had a special. I don't know if they're still running it, they might be. It was $1 for the full year of owning that domain name. And then after that, it was $15 every single year. So I pay $15 a year for my domain, which in the grand scheme of things is really not that much. Your business is an investment, guys. So if you're not willing to put out any money for your business, it's not gonna grow very much. I'm just being really honest with you. If you don't wanna deal with the hassle of having a website, you can also use platforms like Etsy to sell your products, or Calendly to schedule clients for services. But if you decide you want to use Shopify, I use a plugin called Sesame to schedule my clients for appointments, and I personally love it. I have no complaints about it. Step number 8. Build a platform and market to your people. Now, social media may not be the best tool for conducting sales, but it is a great tool for marketing your business. Getting on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Reddit, and TikTok can really help get your business out there and help you build your target audience. An important part of marketing with social media is working with the algorithm to push your content higher in the ranks, making it more likely that potential clients and customers will find your page. You can also find trending tags with online tag generators, which generate popular words that people in your target audience have searched. Building a solid platform for your business takes time and dedication, so you're going to have to remain consistent and active with your content in order for it to keep growing. Step number 9. Build a sense of connection with your consumer base. This is probably one of the more important and overlooked tips when it comes to owning a business. Finding ways to bond with your customers is crucial if you want to see repeat sales. It can be as simple as mailing a friendly thank you note with their purchased product. Or maybe you send them an email 2 weeks after your session, asking them for feedback. Humans are social animals, and at core, we just want to bond with one another. So developing healthy customer connections is one way to ensure that your business is successful. And lastly, step number 10, be about it. If you have the expectation that you're going to see growth and success overnight, you're in for a major disappointment, my friend. This path is definitely not for everyone, as it requires a lot of trial and error, and it's not exactly the most stable of career paths. I see a lot of people on social media posting about being a boss and posting all of these motivational images surrounding entrepreneurship. But in reality, they still haven't taken the steps to make their business idea a reality. So the first step you can take towards being a conscious entrepreneur is to stop talking about that business you want to start and just start it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That is the conclusion of this vlog. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what kind of business you've been looking to start. And I'll see you later, guys. Take care and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.